Alright, Schlockmeister fans. Viggo Mortensen, prison. Let's watch. The year is 1964, and this guy named Charles Forsyth is getting the electric chair. Apparently he killed another inmate, or did he? Blaine Smith was a prison guard witnessing this. Years later, he's going to be a warden now. He has a secret to tell.
Which leaves us where?
Reopening the old Wyoming State Penitentiary at Rome.
You can't be serious. That institution's been closed since '68.
Chelsea Field plays Catherine. She's inspecting the new prison, and there's Warden Sharp.
I always appreciate a different point of view, and a woman's will be.
Right off the bat, we get a prisoner trying to escape who just arrived on the bus. He's not going to get far.
These two men, they just cost you your mail and your visiting privileges for 6 months.
Viggo Mortensen, he plays Burke.
You have the face of a lifer, though.
Croesus is the name of his cellmate.
Do yourself a favor.
So they have Burke and another guy doing some work in the basement, and they're actually unsealing the old execution chamber. What the hell's that? Whatever it is, it's causing havoc. So the two guys on the bus who were escaping or trying to are in the hole now. And then whatever the hell light that was is now getting in with one of them. And suddenly his cell, or his hole there, is getting very hot. On all sides. Hot enough to melt him. Well, Burke plays hero and manages to rescue the other guy before he burns up too.
There's a change at this. And the French bath, that's not bad neither. Because nights around here can be short of all.
He's kind of a hero now, but he's going to decline this offer. That guy who was rescued, his name is Rabbit. He managed to hop out of his cell before it closed. He's going to try to escape tonight. So he ends up down in some tunnel somewhere, and suddenly things start moving to attack him. The pipes. And one of them drills right into his skull. And the next day, what's left of him falls in.
Slaughtering each other like animals, that's exactly the way you're going to be treated.
Warden's pissed.
Unless one of you is man enough to step forward. It's up to you to call him up. And you'll stay out here until you do.
He burns all their mattresses, makes them get down naked to their underwear. This cop, who you might remember from the TV show 6 Feet Under, he's got some barbed wire coming after him. This is not going to end well for him. Right into the warden's office. At one point the power goes out in the prison. They get out. Riot ensues. Learning the history of the prison. 1964. Notice that the prisoner who died looks just like Viggo Mortensen. For reasons I don't know, this prisoner decides to do some sort of ritual to bring out whatever the hell is in this prison. Which I'm guessing he quickly regrets. Meanwhile, Burke is out of his cell too. What does it all mean? Tiny Lister. Turns out the warden killed that guy years ago and blamed it on another inmate. And this inmate covered for him.
Charlie's here. He come to take us both for what we did to him.
Well, he was going to kill the inmate there because he has the secret. Until Burke came in. The inmates try to escape, but some sort of force is blasting the guns up there, preventing that from happening.
Please don't let me die behind these walls. Please.
Who are you gonna believe? Him or us?
Let's go.
They managed to get outside. Greases got killed. But our film ends with the ghost of Charles Forsyth popping out of the ground, still in the electric chair, and zapping the shit out of Warden Sharp. Alright, let's talk about Prison, 1987 movie. I either taped this off a cable or I rented it and copied it. I don't know. I've seen it a couple times over the years. Didn't really remember much about it until today, actually. What we have here is a prison in Wyoming, Wyoming State Prison, which is going to be reopening. It needs some work. And Lane Smith, who plays a Warden Sharp, he is put in charge of this thing. And he's kind of like a little bit of a brute. Not the nicest guy in the world. Of course, not all wardens have to be, right? Anyway, so a whole batch of new prisoners are coming here because this is just reopening. Among them, V.O. Mortensen, who plays Burke. And right away, Burke is put to work in the basement with a pickaxe, and he's busting down this wall. And apparently this wall leads to the old execution chamber, where a guy named Charles Forsyth was the last person electrocuted in the state in 1964. And obviously it was in that room there. So as soon as he busts open the wall, like this blue light comes out, and then all hell breaks loose in the prison. There's lightning everywhere, and these blue zap things are just going all over the place. So we're not sure what the hell happened there, but we come to learn later on that Charles Forsyth had been killed, executed, for killing another inmate, or at least that's what he was accused of and found guilty of. Turns out, though, he didn't do it. In fact, the warden had done it. Now, the warden at that time was just a prison guard, but he had done it, and apparently there was a witness, this guy named Croesus, who was still a prisoner, was a prisoner back then also, who basically lied for the guard, and they framed this guy, Charles Forsyth, and he's dead. So now we believe that like the ghost or whatever of Forsyth is coming back to have revenge. Well, it turns out Viggo Mortensen looks identical to Charles Forsyth, for whatever that was. It's not like he's embodied Charles Forsyth's soul or whatever, but whatever. It just happens to look like him. So anyway, a lot of events occur through the prison. There's people dying, fights, there's riots, everything else you can imagine in a prison. Ultimately, the power goes out. The prisoners are trying to get free. At one point, Croesus is about to be killed by the warden, so he doesn't give up the secret. Burke, Viggo Mortensen, comes in and rescues him, and they decide to kidnap the warden and get out of there. With the help later on of this woman who was like part of the prison executive staff. I don't know what the hell she is, to be honest with you. Played by Chelsea Field, by the way. Anyway, they managed to escape outside the prison. Croesus gets shot. He's dead. And then the warden takes the gun and starts shooting at the woman and Burke. And then all of a sudden, out of the ground comes an electric chair with this decrepit dead body in it, which is clearly Charles Forsyth, like the ghost or whatever of him, pops out of the ground and starts zapping him with lightning and stuff out of his eyes and body and whatever else, and then presumably kills the warden, although we don't see his final demise, but he's dead. And that's kind of how our movie ends. So anyway, that is Prison. Horror has a new home, right? So anyway, the movie's not bad. It was directed by Rennie Harlan, who I think he went on to marry Madonna at some point in the late 90s or early 2000s. I'm not sure. Who else was in this movie? Kane Hodder was actually in this. He was a stunt coordinator as well, but played a small role as well. And I think his name is Lamar Jenkins or something like that. He was in the third season of The White Shadow. Anyway, nobody's going to recognize that one. But anyway, that's Prison. It's a decent movie. It's available on DVD, this DVD Blu-ray combo pack that Scream Factory put out. So thank you, Scream Factory, for making this one available. It's a decent movie. I think you'll enjoy it. So check it out. Let me know what you think about it and leave some comments down below. It is Prison. Watch it. Bye.